All right, let's break down this row over Ponniyin Selvan. What exactly are the charges and the counters to those charges? Charge number one is that the film depicts Rajaraja Cholan as a Hindu. The claim by Vetrimaran and others is that Rajaraja Cholan was not a Hindu. Kamal Haasan weighing in and saying that there was no Hinduism during the Chola time. In fact, Cholan himself called himself as a Chola devotee, as a Shiva devotee. That's what the charge is, or the counter is from the right. The charge is that there was no Hinduism. Of course, this is something that Kamal Haasan has also said in his comments after watching the movie. No Hinduism or the term Hindu during the Chola time. The counter is that what were the churches or mosques or other religious institutions other than temples that were built by the Cholas? The charge is that history is misrepresented, it is being manipulated. The counter is that fake atheists, remember the Dravidian movement did not believe in God, they were rationalists. Fake atheists find problems in the Hindu religion. And finally, the charge is that some of the Dravidian symbols, this is what Vetrimaran alluded to first in his comments on the 1st of October, that some of the Dravidian symbols, Tiruvallur, Rajaraja Cholan, etc., are being snatched away and given a different interpretation. The counter is this is an attempt to try and denigrate Hindu gods and goddesses. Let me now go across to our guests who are joining us. Sumanth Raman, political analyst, joining us. S.Murlidharan is a political analyst as well. Rahul Easwar also on the broadcast this evening. Gautam Chintamani is a film historian. And Bhavna Tanmay, film critic, also on the broadcast. Sumanth, let me start with you first. As someone who is a native from there, a resident from there, Kamal Haasan is technically right when he says there was no term called Hindu or Hinduism at the time of Rajaraja Cholan. But then the fact is that everybody knows that the big temple or the Brihadishwara temple in Thanjavur was built for Lord Shiva. It was built by Rajaraja Cholan. To say that he was not a Hindu king is disingenuous.
I think, Zaka, I'm not able to understand the purpose of this because Kamal Haasan is an extremely intelligent person. So he is unlikely to be unaware of the fact that Shaivism is one of the main arms of Hinduism as we know it today. And merely because the term Hindu did not exist at that point of time does not mean that what Rajaraja Chola followed was some other faith. Shaivism and is an essential part of Sanatana Dharma, which is basically the precept that has lasted for centuries of time. So the point is, by trying to make this technical kind of distinction on the word Hindu, I don't know what Mr. Kamal Haasan hopes to achieve. Look, the best part, Zaka, for me today is the DMK. Mr. T.K.S. Ilangovan is on record accepting that he was a Shaivite king, which is a start. I mean, until a few days ago, I haven't seen too many of them even accept that he was a Shaivite. Now, the second part is I was on another debate and there was a member from the BCK, which is a party known for its extreme views on such topics, particularly, Hinduism. And a representative there also said twice, he's not a Hindu king, he's a Shaivite king. They both mean the same. Just because the term was not there. No, my question is, what was the principle that Rajaraja Chola followed? Was it the principle of Sanatana Dharma? Was it the principles which today in the modern world are identified with the Hindu faith or not? That is the bottom line.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Unfortunately,
in fact,
nobody is asking that question.
The biggest Shiva temples across Tamil Nadu and across South India were built either by the Chola dynasty or by the Pandya dynasty. But I want to ask Rahul Easwar this. Disingenuous is one word to describe, but what Vetrimaran said, he believes that there seems to be an attempt to try and saffronize some of the Dravidian icons, whether it was Tiruvallur, the great poet, or showing him in saffron robes, or now Rajaraja Cholan being shown as a Hindu king. He says that this is trying to portray Dravidianism and Dravidian icons in bad light. How do you respond to that?
Zaka, 2 points. One, the word Hindu is a bit amorphous. We all agree. 1995, Brahmachari Siddheshwar Sai was a state of West Bengal. Our Honorable Supreme Court quoted the former Chief Justice P.B. Gajendra Kadkar, who rightly said, Hindu is a way of life. And Hindu is life and commonwealth of so many faiths. We have so many diverse paths. For example, I follow the Ayyappa path. There are Shaivites, Vaishnavites, or those who follow Subramanya, Shakteyas, Arya Samajis, Brahma Samajis, even atheists have a place in the Hindu plan of things. So Hindu paradigm is a bit very wide. And as Sumanth Raman sir rightly pointed out, even though the word may not be technically at that point of time, this culture or civilization is generally called as what is Hindu. You can call it Indic, you can call it Arsha Bharata Sanskriti, you can call it Indian culture, whichever name you want to call, that culture was always there. Second, the Dravidianism movement rose as as against the anti-Brahmanism or the anti-Brahmanical mindset at that point of. And we all respect Ramaswamy Naikar, who contributed to freedom struggle, who even inspired Mahatma Gandhi for liquor prohibition. But please remember, even his name is Ramaswamy Naikar. So, Sri Ram is that much prevalent everywhere. And look at the official logo of Tamil Nadu. It's a temple. So, the Hindu cultural framework is definitely there. Yes, there has been attempt by certain people to de-Hinduize things. See, I am a proud Hindu activist. At the same point of time, there is no need to either over-saffronize or de-Hinduize. Both are some tendencies. And please remember, Thiruvalluvar is a great dharmic Hindu poet himself. How can we deny the roots of Thiruvalluvar, who have wrote invocations to various deities, who taught about, the great cultural, ecosystem of India. So please don't de-Hinduize them. Yes, it is one thing to say that we should not be communal. Nobody wants to be communal.
Yes.
But at the same time, associate good things with Hindu.
What I want to know from S.Murlidharan is, this whole Dravidian versus Hindu gods, Hindu icons, or the de-Hinduization that Rahul Easwar talks about, stems from this whole narrative wars that Dravidianism was against Hindu gods. Now, you look at the two biggest Dravidian parties in Tamil Nadu, one DMK, the other ADMK. Mr. Stalin is on record on number of occasions where he has said that there are a number of people in his party who are believers. He has in fact cited the example of his own wife who is a believer. No one ever, on the other side, you look at the ADMK, you look at EPS or OPS, no one ever accuses them of being anti-Hindu. In fact, they wear a vibhuti, both of them, wherever they go. So, where is this narrative war stemming from that Dravidianism is anti-Hindu or trying to de-Hinduize Hindu icons and gods?
It's the current politics, Zaka. If you look at the current politics, the state is actually, the law and order is in shambles. We had something close to 130 murders in last 30 days, and things are not hunky-dory. Price rise is there. You have the EB, everything, electricity price hike is there. Then we have price hike in forms of, property taxes and registrations, everything. So people are unhappy. And adding to this is recently concluded election inside the Secretariat. Union election where the opposition of DMK has won. So there is a lot of displeasure and hate towards the current ruling dispensation. That's one. So, and adding to this is the PFI ban, where the Tamil Nadu government had to go and ban them because it was instruction from the Home Ministry. Now, because of that, we know that minority were the stronghold and the supporters of the DMK party, and these people had become unhappy about it. And people like Vidudalai Chittegal, Mr. Thirumavalavan, or Nam Tamilar Katchi, Mr. Seeman, all these people who sing this tune is only because most of their parties are funded by these fringe elites. The PFI and VCKs, they're glued together. So obviously there is pressure from them. So they need to counter-attack. So this is a part of a counter-attack towards this PFI ban, where they want to demonize RSS or the Sangh or the saffronization, and they are targeting Hinduism for that, thinking that they are attacking Modi. Unfortunately, it's working against them. It's hurting all Hindu
It's an interesting political point that you've made. I'll come back to that in just a moment. But I want to go to Gautam Chintamani and to Bhavna as well. Gautam Chintamani, there have been other depictions, other adaptations of Ponniyin Selvan, nothing quite as grand as this or opulent as this, both on the big screen, and most importantly, there have been theatrical adaptations of Ponniyin Selvan. Why this controversy vis-a-vis this movie? And usually when, there are controversies around a movie, it is in the run-up to that movie. It's when trailers are there, people haven't watched the full film. I've watched the full film, and I'm very clear in my mind that he was being as true to the text as possible. So why then this controversy a week or 10 days after the movie has